We'll send a chopper from across the Cuban border. You should be back at Mother Base in time for lunch. You'll probably just miss our guests. The only catch is you go in solo. The politically sensitive nature of the mission means backup is not an option.
Fine. I like some alone time now and then.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
Kept you waiting, huh?
He bloody well has, hasn't he? You discount the rather awesome HD collection that released in 2013, you'll find that we've been waiting over a decade for Snake to return to Xbox following the release of Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance back in 2002. So has it been worth the wait? Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes is the first part of Hideo Kojima's grand vision for the franchise. A taster to give players an idea of what to expect from the open world stealth antics we will surely find in the Phantom Pain when it launches in 2015. Before we go any further, it's worth addressing the elephant in the room. Ground Zeroes' length, or rather, its lack of one. Our first playthrough of Ground Zeroes' main mission was over in under 2 hours, so it's pretty short then. Well, that's a bit of an understatement, isn't it? It's hard to escape the feeling that this is simply a paid demo, but at the end of the day, Ground Zeroes is a pleasingly streamlined MGS game that gives us great faith for the future of the franchise. It's one of the most streamlined Metal Gear Solid games we've ever encountered. Gone are the marathon cutscenes that reduced MGS4 to a level of self-parody, as are some of its unnecessary systems. Ground Zeroes is a stealth game with focus, providing the player with a relatively simple set of goals, simple mechanics and systems, and a number of notable tweaks to the established formula that make Ground Zeroes feel effortlessly next generation. What's perhaps a little more impressive, however, is how Ground Zeroes managed to keep hold of its heart and stay true to its legacy. Ground Zeroes dropped Big Boss into a small Cuban island, tasked with rescuing 2 characters you won't recognize unless you played through all of Peace Walker, or read through the 11-page wall of text explaining the story in the menus. You know what we'd rather do. It's a game rife with tension, letting you tackle the main objectives in any way you want to. You can go in all guns blazing if you want, or you can play it as Master Miller would want it, like a ghost. Either way, it's satisfying. In fact, Ground Zeroes is built in a way that encourages multiple playthroughs, to try various styles and approaches. You decide to switch it up halfway through, the game won't punish you for it. Feels like Kojima has delivered the experience Splinter Cell and Hitman has been trying to obtain for years. We're big fans of Ground Zeroes then, but it isn't without its flaws. At the end of the day, it is an experimentation, and while it does encourage multiple playthroughs and there are plenty of side missions to enjoy, there really is only so much you can do on a single island before it just gets a little bit boring. When it comes down to it, you're simply performing the same task in a slightly different way each time, giving Ground Zeroes an element of Groundhog Day. The real problem isn't with the length, it's that the sparse nature prevents the sublime mechanics that are there from truly flourishing. That said, Ground Zeroes has certainly made us incredibly excited for Phantom Pain. In fact, it can't come soon enough. If you can get over the price to gameplay ratio, you'll find a visually stunning, intelligent, and interesting return of a franchise that finally feels like it's heading in the right direction. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, we're going to give you a 7 out of 10, and for the full written review, head over to www.xb1.co.uk.